Hello. This is my thoughts on Doctor Strange, and I give this Doctor Strange movie from 2016 a 7 out of 10 for being average, mediocre fun. As well as the sequel, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, also get a 7 out of 10 from me. For being average, mediocre fun. And being the standards of a letdown for me. For comic book movies. Is Doctor Strange movies out in a nutshell. Be my standards of a letdown for everything that can let me down in a comic book movie. But that's why it's a 7 out of 10 for being a letdown. These movies are average letdowns, 7 out of 10, mediocre at best. The story's me, la la la, blibbity bobbly blue. Can suck my balls, is the story, Ken. What I'm trying to say is the stories of these movies are horseshit. Metaphorically. Not literally horseshit. Or about horseshit. But metaphorically. These films are horseshit. Because think if they were literally horseshit, that'd be gross. But it's not literally horseshit, it's metaphorically horseshit these movies are. The definition of metaphor of horseshit. Mediocre entertainment. Just like the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible movies. All of them. Is what the Doctor Strange feels like in a nutshell, these movies. Mediocre at best. Or mediocre at its finest. Is what I think of these Doctor Strange movies. Is what I think of the Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise. And that's why Doctor Strange and Doctor Strange the Multiverse of Madness are 7 out of 10 from being mediocre or average. They're loudly see doody da from the premise of the plot is shit. But it's mediocre standards for me. You can tell somebody was taking a shit while trying to converse with the script. It feels like that's what this person took inspiration from. Taking a shit, then probably writing it. Whoever wrote the James Gunn Guardians movie is probably the same writer that wrote the Doctor Strange movies. Because these sound stupid stories. These are stupid stories. For small-minded people. Even. I'm pretty sure a small-minded person would find these stories stupid. You know, a retarded person probably would find these stories stupid. And, so, that's how stupid these movies can be with Doctor Strange. They're beyond dumb. Like the MCU in a nutshell. Universe. Been being a dumb since 2008. And, still going today. And that's my thoughts on the Doctor Strange movies. Now I'm reviewing Tom Cruise's Mission Impossible movies to Mission Impossible Part 1 Dead Reckoning. Up to is the last one I'm going to review. Now here's the thing you gotta know about the Mission Impossible movies. Once you see one of them, you've seen all of them, basically, it feels like. Like, if you've seen the first Mission Impossible, or the second Mission Impossible, or the third Mission Impossible, or any Mission Impossible movies with Tom Cruise, what can I say? The Mission Impossible movies feel all juggled together, and in terms of, because I don't know what the stories are really, I don't really think the stories are that clever. But the action, on the other hand, the action, the mindless violence, the action, the stunts that Tom Cruise does, once we get to M. Night 2. Yeah, he doesn't do really exciting stunts in the first one. The most exciting stunts he does in the first one was the part when they have to sneak into this office to steal this file and keep a low profile. And hopefully nothing could go wrong while in the first Mission Impossible. But that's exciting also it's Tom Cruise running in the first Mission Impossible. Running from, after running away from a bunch of water after he trashes a little restaurant with explosive because he needs to go rogue, then clear his innocence, is Ethan's character. Played by Tom Cruise. And it's easy to say that the first Mission Impossible for me is definitely my least favorite. You know, in terms of quality. And I think it's probably the dumbest one. Because, I don't know, it just feels like nothing really with Tom Cruise. He doesn't do anything fun or exciting until the sequel, MI2, which is character Ethan. Hardly any, because he's trying to, well, the first one is trying to, it keeps it a lower tone with the action. Keeps the action to a low percentage. With the action, the first Mission Impossible movie. And it's trying to be more of a story. I appreciate for trying to be a story, but the problem is, I think the story is, I don't know what's going on in the story. I just feel like it's like, the whole thing feels rushed. And, how, Ethan figure out that who is the main bad guy of the movie. I wish we could have seen that instead of told that. I wish we could have like seen that through a flashback instead of just explaining that through us monologuing or something. You know, it's just, I don't know. And also it kind of went over my head the first time that's how he figured it out, that this guy was the bad guy at the gym and was the mole, the double agent basically of Ethan's company, the company he works for. Look, this not acting like this ain't interesting at all, but this is fascinating all, but it's kind of a lot to take in the first time. Yeah, it was the first Mission Impossible. There's a lot to take in the first time, and with the runtime it goes for, I don't know. Maybe it should have been one of those long movies. It would have been sure it was one of those long movies in the Mission Impossible franchise. I don't know. This movie was okay, I guess. I give it a 7 out of 10. Now on to MI2, which I think was the superior movie. MI2 really simplifies the storytelling and by doing the very minimum of explain, but just showing Tom Cruise, well, performing more action as Ethan Hunt. And taking on the role of, Ethan kind of has taken on the role of a crazy person. Because he seems to, he's, so, like, this is when, Ethan's, like, I feel like his crazy factors start to show the crazy part of his character. You know, and that's kind of, I don't know why, but he does keep on doing, this is so, less, going on in the movie of MI2. And, that's why I think it's a better movie. There's less going on in MI2, but more action going on and less plot elements trying to juggle. So I think it was a better movie because it was like simplifying the storytelling a bit more. And for MI2, but I still would give it a 7 out of 10. Now on to MI3. What I feel like about MI3 feels like about like a splice between MI2 and MI1. You know, Mission Impossible 1. About Mission Impossible 3. It feels like they're going for a different direction with Ethan, so they made him gave him a serious relationship, and now he's going to be and he made him a married man and a happy one. Besides working for still with his team on dangerous missions. I will say what I liked about MI3. This is the first time, well, not the first time, I'm sorry, the second time we get to see the Mission Impossible team not go rogue, but actually work on a mission that they are assigned to. With MI3 and MI2. And in the events of MI2 and MI3. And those are going to be the last time. After the third one. Because after that one, it's just all rogue, constantly going rogue in each installment. Once we get to MI4. Also known as Ghost Protocol. And beyond that. They be always rogue for something. To save the world and prove their innocence, or well, they disagree with their purity officer, like in Dead Reckoning, who wants to use the AI for their benefits and think the deadly AI can be controlled, and oh, that's quite a mouthful of a game, and then it lets for the team to go rogue because they're doing the right thing, because they want to destroy the AI. That's their plan. And that seems to be Ethan's plan too, to make sure nobody can use the AI, the entity it's called, and MI Dead Reckoning. Part 1. Part 2 hasn't come out yet, but ends. It is just. I guess it's a half. It ends before. It ends before they destroy the entity. It just ends with them getting the key. It just ends there because part 1. Oh, fuck me. Sadly, I think this might be my favorite Mission Impossible movie. Mission Impossible Part 1 Dead Reckoning is my favorite Mission Impossible movie. But I still give it a 7 out of 10. As well as Ghost Protocol. A 7 out of 10 gets for me. And MI5 gets a 7 out of 10. That would be Rogue Nation. And that's the one where there's an evil MIF, or what the team calls it. You know what the team is? There's an evil Mission Impossible team that's still in Ethan's team, but they work in the shadows, and they're trying to fuck with Ethan and fuck with his. Fuck with his team, and I guess it works, and they prove their innocence. They're catching the evil entity, the evil Mission Impossible team, I'm just going to call it, and capture the leader, and that's how they do. The guy. That's how the movie. That's how they come out on top, because Ethan's clever, and so is the team, I guess. It's just like what Mission Impossible is about. Sure, nothing works, but what does work is this team. Isn't that what Ghost Protocol said? If the plot doesn't work, but the team works, then that's okay. Isn't that what it was about? I forget what Ghost Protocol, what he was trying to say at the end of Ghost Protocol. He said something about it's kind of like he said something about nothing work except this team. And Ghost Protocol, that was funny, I thought. That was a funny one-liner joke. At least I thought it was supposed to be. I could be wrong, though, for Ghost Protocol, the events. And Rogue Nation feels like a duplicate of Ghost Protocol, but done better in a way. Now we get to Mission Impossible Fallout. That's the 6th one, I think. The 7th one. It's the one after Dead Reckoning. I mean, before Dead Reckoning. I got confused. It's the one before Dead Reckoning, Mission Impossible Fallout. That's Mission Impossible 6. I give that a 7 out of 10. Henry Cavill has a great mustache in this movie. And he would have made a great Mario in live action. A badass Mario in live action. If he grew that mustache for the role of Mario. It would have been a classic movie. If they ever did another edgy take on Mario. Like they did in the 90s. With that 90s Mario movie. Is what I think I would have loved to have him play Mario, Henry Cavill. But he's playing John Locke. The bad guy, the evil villain of the Mission Impossible movie that's a double agent. That's why he has a mustache! Of course! Let's give him an evil mustache! Let's give him a little devious evil mustache. Well, let's have him twirl the mustache like he's a little evil villain. Because it's funny, because that's what I was expecting him to do. Once they revealed that he was the villain, the main villain of MI Fallout. The 6th Mission Impossible movie. And he comes across as the most unimaginative, generic villain played by a very, very talented, solid actor. Henry Cavill. What a waste of his fucking talent. For a mediocre fucking movie. Is what I think of MI Fallout, what Mission Impossible Fallout is, in a nutshell, a waste of time. Of your time, the audience. But it's not terrible, it's a decent waste of time. It's a 50-50 waste of time, well spent. As in, 55% of this is good, 50% of this movie is also crap. But that's just like what every Mission Impossible is in all 7 Mission Impossible movies so far they have made. Mission Impossible 8 hasn't come out yet, but it will. Whenever that trailer hits for Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 2 comes out. Unless it gets cancelled. Fingers crossed it gets cancelled. So I don't have to review it. I don't feel tempted to. Fingers crossed for me. I can't cross my fingers easily. Like that. For me. I did it on camera. Fingers crossed. For me. And, I can just hope that Tom Cruise will kill himself doing something dangerous in the next Mission Impossible movie. In Mission Impossible 8. So that way I don't have to keep reviewing his mediocre horseshit of movies. Run. And glorify him as a competent actor. But with a mediocre movie career. Which, since with Mission Impossible, his mediocre movies crap. But great action. But great action doesn't always mean great stories. Is what I believe. And these characters are nothing but okay, I guess. The characters are okay, apparently, in all Mission